Introduce yourself, the new MSc dissertation students of Department of Botany.
My name is and I am joined under NK for the dissertation. Myself is Rosy D and even I am doing my dissertation under Dr.Nandkumar. I am Dr.Nandkumar and I am doing my dissertation under Dr.Nandkumar. Rosy D is doing my dissertation
So let me turn to the PhD research scholar Rosy D, souza, who had done dissertation in this laboratory, mycology laboratory. Could you introduce yourself before you give the presentation?
Good morning, everybody. My name is Rosy D. Souza. I am a PhD research scholar, PhD Inspired Fellow, working in mycological laboratory, Department of Botany, Goa University, under Dr.Nandkumar. Here is a presentation which I am going to give to you all is that some of the tips and rules which you need to follow while doing your dissertation. Now, dissertation is something which is a scientific research which are carrying out over here, okay, individual level. So now the scientific research, it follows some various steps. Okay, so these are the important steps which you need to follow while doing research. Now, first of all, you have to identify a research problem which you are going to carry out, on what topic you are going to work on, and why are you going to work on that particular topics. So all the ideas should be in your mind to go about this research problem. Okay. Once you identify your interest, where you want to work, how you want to go about that particular topic, what we do is we go to the different literature of publications which involves monographs, books, research papers, review articles, everything. Okay, so we keep on reading this and we create a review of literature wherein we use and cite the previous knowledge which other researchers have worked on. Next is we specify the purpose. Why, after reading all the research papers and all, why are you carrying out this particular research? Okay, so you need to identify why you are doing it. So the purpose is very important. Next, we lay down a hypothesis. Now, it is a hypothesis on a statement which is made by yourself after reading all the literature, and you come to know whether you have to prove it right or you have to prove it right or wrong by doing a series of experiments. So, at the end of your experiments and done with all your work, research, practical work, you will come to know that whether this hypothesis which you had laid initially before starting your work, okay, so whether it is correct or wrong. So in any case, it is adding knowledge to the world of science. Next, what we do is we collect data collections. Okay, we do data collections or experiments related to this particular hypothesis. Once you have a lot of results in your hand, we try to analyze and interpret these results based on the previous knowledge of research papers. Now, before analyzing and interpreting your data, what you have to do is you have to process your results. So how are you going to present this result in what form? Like tabulated form, figures, you're going to create your own graphs, okay, and then using the data. And then you interpret it because you quantities and all, you actually identify whether they are low or high. Based on that, you can interpret your results. And you report and evaluate your research. You can also discuss the research with the senior research people, and then we do publications based on that area and all. So the communicating the research findings, publications. Now, what you are supposed to do and what you are not supposed to do while doing your dissertation, which is very important for you. Now, some of the do's. Okay, you have to give your time for dissertation daily, which is very important. Some of the students, they just come for 1-2 days and there's a big huge gap for a week. Okay, and once the IOCA starts or the examination starts, people are going to share. They just take their books and leave the books all throughout. And after suddenly the bloomer, they will come to walk into the lab and they like look at their plates and all, whatever experiment they're doing. The science is something which you do daily basis and not randomly you come and walk in and finish your work. So that is around science what we do. Yeah? So you all have to be very punctual to the lab. We'll be keeping the register over there. When you walk in, you'll have to sign in, and when you go out, also have to sign anyway. Yeah? Like, you have to read some research papers daily basis. So daily at least 5 research papers minimum you have to read. Now why is this done? Because we like even I as a student before, we read but we are very slow. Like today we'll read like 2-3 papers and now I'm bored. Like I will say that I don't want to read for the next. No, try to make a habit to read it daily, which is very important. So if you read your research papers, you will be in track. What are you doing in the lab? Are you seriously wasting your time or working towards it? So you come to know, you're able to distinguish your own self. Okay. So then processing your result, I said, day to day, which is once you finish your experiment, you just have to, what you do is take the results when you're home or free time in the lab. There are a lot of computers which you can use over here. Sit, process it. Day to day, if you process it, it's fresh in your mind. And when you process it later at the end, you don't really struggle and say like I have to do tabulating my results, graphs, and last one everyone panics. Okay, which is not good. Okay, start writing a chapter that is review of literature, first chapter, daily. It's like once you'll have a third semester and then you'll go to the fourth semester. Within the third semester, try to finish half of the work of the review of literature. By the end, you're going to go focusing on to your topic during your experiment. So then you can daily basis on that you can add the literature. Clear? Need to discuss with the research scholars and guide your queries, all your queries what you have in your mind. Because don't get queries into your mind and say and sit like what I'm going to do, I don't understand and all that thing. Better discuss it. Okay, when you discuss with because you will be fresh enough, you are reading it, you will be in the track, so you will have all the knowledge to discuss. Okay, once you have the knowledge to discuss, it's better. Okay, otherwise if you are blank and simply go and sit and listen, it's not worth. Or else you're going to waste our time and our time also, because we're not going to take anything down and going to implement your dissertation. Next, the deposit. This is like in the final stage. Okay, so what are the very important rules? Like you have to deposit all your cultures if you are working related to mushrooms or any yeast or something. You will have your cultures at the end. So all the cultures I have to deposit in a Goa University culture collections which we have. Okay? And